and Embassy Campus were among the first structures to be put up as the University of Mindanao was starting to make a name for itself 75 years ago. Here at the Bolton side, you can find many of the offices for student services like the registrar, student accounting office, and cashier, among others. There's also a canteen where students and employees can purchase healthy food. Going further into Bolton Campus, you can find on the first floor the College of Legal Education, where aspiring lawyers take their Juris Doctor degrees. There is even a dedicated library for law students across the cool and shaded quadrangle. On your way to the staircase to get the second floor, you get to pass by the AVR3, where lots of programs and other small gatherings are held. Going up to the second floor, you can find the office of the College of Business Administration Education. is the only school in Mindanao granted a Center of Excellence by CHED for its business and management programs, as well as Level 4 accreditation by the PACOCOA. So if you're planning on a career in business-related dealings, the CBAE is for you. Our college offers the following programs under the Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, major in Entrepreneurship, Legal Management, Real Estate Management, Marketing Management, Financial Management, Human Resource Management, and the new program Major in Business Analytics. The third floor also houses our expansive library and information center. That covers the Bolton side. Let's head on over to the Embassy Campus. Across the Bolton is the Embassy side, and it's named that way because it used to be the grounds for Japanese embassy back in World War II. Today, it is a sprawling area that houses the gymnasium for large events, our admission office, our Center for Health Services, or the student clinic and the external relation office out front on the first floor. Going up, you can find the International Affairs Office where matters for foreign exchange students are processed among others. And walking further, you will find the office of the Senior High School Department. Outside of the Embassy Campus, on the Ponciano side, we have the Multi-Test Diagnostic Center, which offers various laboratory services like blood testing, X-ray, and doctor consultations. Bolton and Embassy Campus are located at the heart of downtown Davao, so it's easy to commute from here to many other places you might need to go. And speaking of which, did you know that has a campus at Matina? I'll send you over to our teacher friends in Matina Campus and they can show you around.
We're now inside the University of Mindanao's largest campus. The 28-hectare Matina Campus encompasses the Matina area going up to Maa. Right beside the Gravahan exit is the Basic Education Building, where it caters from kindergarten up to junior high school students with lots of space for learning and play.
Going further inside the campus, you'll spot the 4-story Business Engineering Building. Its first and second floor houses laboratories for engineering programs. It is the premier engineering school for its Level 4 accreditation granted by the PACOCOA and the Center of Development Status by the Commission on Higher Education. College of Engineering offers the following programs: Bachelor of Science in Chemical Engineering, Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering, Bachelor of Science in Electrical Engineering, Bachelor of Science in Electronics Engineering, Bachelor of Science in Computer Engineering, and Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering, major in Structural, Water Resource, Transportation, and Geotechnical. The third floor of the BE building is home to Davao Region's roster of top-notchers of the CPA licensure examination. The College of Accounting Education has Level 3 accreditation from PACOCOA and is certified by the Commission on Higher Education as a Center of Development. The College of Accounting Education offers the following programs: Bachelor of Science in Accountancy, Bachelor of Science in Internal Auditing, Bachelor of Science in Accounting Information System, Bachelor of Science in Management Accounting. The Learning and Information Center takes up the entire topmost floor of the BE building. It houses all the university's books available for borrowing.
Let's take a scenic trip to the College of Hospitality Education.
Located near the Matina Gymnasium, the College of Hospitality Education has Level 3 accreditation from PACOCOA and offers the following programs: Bachelor of Science in Hospitality Management and Bachelor of Science in Tourism Management. The College of Hospitality Education also has industry-level facilities like the La Spezia Mini Hotel, the Function Hall, and the kitchen and bakery areas. Located behind the gymnasium is the hangar, where students can test their inventions and other experiments. The hangar holds the university's Coleoptera Research Center, the first university-based center in the Philippines dedicated to study the conservation and cataloging of Philippine beetle species. Every large university, such as has a place where students gather for major events. And doesn't just have its Bolton Gymnasium. We also have the Matina Gymnasium too, equipped with fold-away bleachers and professional standard flooring for the courts. The gym is the perfect venue for sporting and other extracurricular activities.
Despite being a bustling school, there's plenty of space in Matina for some quiet time and to be surrounded by nature. Matina has a mini forest with tables and benches because believes that learning and rest isn't just limited to the walls of a room. Is this tour making you a little hungry? Across the gymnasium is the university canteen and food court, which serves a variety of affordable meals, snacks, and drinks, where students can eat comfortably. Tables are regularly sanitized and electric fans are provided. Let's head down to the GET building. Named after the school's founder, Guillermo E. Torres, the building is home to Davao Region's producer of top-notchers in the licensure examinations for teachers. The College of Teacher Education offers the following programs: Bachelor of Elementary Education, Bachelor of Early Childhood Education, Bachelor of Special Needs Education, Bachelor of Physical Education, and Bachelor in Secondary Education, major in Biological Sciences, English, Social Studies, Filipino, and Mathematics. Also, found on the first floor of the GET building is the Audio-Visual Room 2, an air-conditioned and carpeted, fully equipped facility with cinema-style folded seating, which is frequently used for different programs. The second and third floor of the GET building is occupied by the premier criminology school in Davao, the College of Criminal Justice Education. The CCJE offers Bachelor of Science in Criminology and Bachelor of Science in Industrial Security Management. Heading further inside the campus, away from GET, we'll reach the Deputy building. Named after former school president Dolores P. Torres, the four-story building houses the mini auditorium, the Quality Management Office, Research and Publication Center, Institute of Pedagogical and Assessment Center, some laboratories, and pocket gardens on its first floor. Located on the Deputy's second floor is the College of Arts and Sciences Education. CASE offers the following programs: Bachelor of Arts in English, Bachelor of Arts in Communication, Bachelor of Science in Environmental Science, Bachelor of Science in Agroforestry, Bachelor of Science in Forestry, Bachelor of Science in Biology, Bachelor of Science in Mathematics, Bachelor of Arts in Political Science, Bachelor of Science in Public Administration, Bachelor of Science in Psychology, and Bachelor of Science in Social Work. The third floor of the Deputy building houses the College of Health Sciences Education, or the CHSE. CHSE offers Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Bachelor of Science in Pharmacy, Bachelor of Science in Medical Technology, and Bachelor of Science in Nutrition and Dietetics. Sharing the floor with CHSE is the College of Computing Education. CCE offers Bachelor of Science in Computer Science, Bachelor of Science in Information Technology, Bachelor of Science in Information System, Bachelor of Science in Entertainment and Multimedia Computing, major in Game Development and Digital Animation. The topmost floor of the Deputy Building is home to the Creative Academic Unit of the College of Architecture and Fine Arts Education. CAFAE offers Bachelor of Science in Architecture, Bachelor of Fine Arts major in Painting. Let's head back down and you'll see that across the Deputy Building is our Professional Schools Building. It is led by its Dean, Dr. Eugenio S. Guhao, and serves to bring globally recognized ISO standard and PACOCOA accredited postgraduate and doctorate degrees to more Davaoenos. We're about to head out now, but before we leave, let's take a look at the Oval Track and Sports Stadium. It has a 400-meter rubberized track suitable for track and field training and other sporting activities. The sports stadium served as the venue for the 2019 Palarong Pambansa.
Thanks for joining this campus tour. Oh, by the way, even though is already a formidable university that is second in the whole Philippines to offer the most number of PACOCOA accredited programs, we do not rest. The administration keeps on working very hard just to be sure that more Filipinos here and abroad are able to obtain quality, affordable, and open education. Stick around as we discuss the online enrollment process and online learning management system. Hope to have you here at soon, ga!
All right, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the University of Mindanao. This is the program info session featuring two programs here in the University of Mindanao, and that is the Bachelor of Science in Computer Engineering and also Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering. And I believe that everyone is so excited to also know what are the perks of enrolling on this program. All right, so let me share my screen to you. So again, welcome to program info session featuring two programs in the University of Mindanao, specifically under the College of Engineering Education. We have the Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering and also the Bachelor of Science in Computer Engineering. And this morning, now we are very blessed to have two of the excellent professors from the College of Engineering Education. We have Professor John Bacchus. Sir, kindly turn on your camera now so that our incoming freshmen will see you. And also we have Professor Abu Yasser Manalindo. No. All right. Ayan. Those are our professors from the College of Engineering Education. Now, can I have a thumbs up from our dear incoming freshmen, senior high students from the different schools here in the region and also outside the Davao region? Now, can you have a thumbs up if you're ready for our session this morning? Ayan. And if you're having trouble with the connection, so we are also live on our official YouTube channel of the University of Mindanao, and that is the University of Mindanao Official. And if there are something glitches later on as we go on with our session, you can actually review and other programs in the university. Now you can also see some of our discussions there. And also, later on, after the speakers would talk about these two programs, so please prepare your questions for the said program. And so without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's start our program info session with the first program, the Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering. And to tell us more about this program, we have here the faculty of BS Civil Engineering, Professor Abu Yasser Manalindo. Sir?
Okay, thank you, sir. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, you are, sir.
Okay. I'll be sharing my screen first. Wait for a while. All right. So thank you, sir, for your warm welcome. And on behalf of the Civil Engineering Faculty and our dear program head, Engineer Shona T. Sales, thank you for having us, the Civil Engineering Program, to share with you the program information about our program. Okay. So to start with, I have here 5 photos, no, before we proceed with the discussion. So I would like you to see this one in significance with the program that I am tackling. Okay, so here, these 5 photos are actually significant in our program. Let's say, for example, the upper left photo wherein there are students inside a classroom, inside a school building. And the upper right naman, we have a public highway wherein vehicles are traveling to. We have the lower left, we have a bridge that connects one island to another. And then the lower right, we have a pipe that discharges water. And then at the center or at the middle, we can see a family that lives in their dream home or their dream house. Now, without civil engineers, we must know that these infrastructures are not possible. So each of these infrastructures will be later on discussed, or if you enroll in the civil engineer program, is you will be able to know how to design. Okay, so if these are the things you want to achieve, you might want to consider civil engineering program as your course in college, especially if you wanted to develop your ideas, if you are good in mathematics and physics, or if you want to question how things are being designed and built. Okay. So let's define what is civil engineering first. So this is a professional engineering discipline that deals with planning, designing, and executing structural works and maintenance of the built environment, including public works, more generally called or known as the infrastructure. So under the engineering program or the engineering discipline, there are a lot and different branches. Now, one of the major branches would be the civil engineering. And it basically talks about how we plan, how we design, and how we build a certain infrastructure. So we made sure, or us civil engineers make sure that these structures are also safe for humans or us na users. Now, these infrastructures naman may refer to system of public facilities na we use in our daily lives. Now, these public facilities may refer to the buildings, the transportations, and the water resources. Now, under the buildings now, we have the homes or houses that we live in. So without civil engineers, they will not be able to be built, man, and without our design, so hindi siya possible. So we made sure that they are safe and economical at the same time. We also have the schools or the school buildings where we go to study. We have the hospitals where we go when we're sick or if there are any accidents. We have the shopping malls, no? Where we go when we are bored or we go shopping or we want to chill and relax. Then we also have the transportation. So for the transportation, we have the public highways or national highways where the vehicles, motorcycles, and other cars that could go through. And we have the bridges and we have the airports. Also, the water resource. In the water resource, we'll be able to design water supply system, water lines. We have the pipelines, we have the drainage system where we can drain water properly so that there will be no flood. Then we have the sewerage plants systems. And there are actually a lot more infrastructures that are under the civil engineering discipline. Okay. So next, this is the frequently asked question. No? What is the difference nga ba between the civil engineer and the architect? So although or while they are involved in working in the same planning and designing phase, civil engineer concentrates on making sure that the structure will be safe and will be able to endure everyday and extreme conditions. An architect focuses, however, on the aesthetics of the structure as well as to concentrate on the look, the feel, and the functionality and comfort of a certain structure. So in other words, know the CE will analyze and evaluate the structural integrity of the design that is or that the architect has created. And we made sure that we find ways in order for this or for their design to be constructed. So design yung sa architect, yung aesthetics, and then ang sa Ang sa civil engineers naman, we made sure that possible yung design nila. So as a civil engineer, what will you do? So what can we do once we are licensed engineer? So there are three things here that the general things na pwede natin gawin. So for the first one, as a civil engineer, we can design sustainable buildings and bridges. Not only the basic and simple buildings or bridges na ating ma-provide, just like the early times or the ancient times. Since our era today or in our time today, we are in the 21st century na, we have been progressing and we made use or we take advantage of the use of technologies. So therefore, the design that we produce must be sustainable, must be efficient, and must be resilient, no, to climate changes. And we make sure na ang structures or buildings na ma-design natin is resistant against natural calamities such as typhoon and earthquakes, like ganon. Then we have developed transportation systems. So as I have said earlier, we have the public networks now for our highways, the traffic, we study their flow. We have the bridges also, and we have the airports. Then last, we have here, we can provide clean water. We have energy and shelter. In our later or in our course, one of our subjects is to study or to study the wastewater treatment, wherein we can provide a clean water for us to drink. Okay, so next, frequently asked questions for us civil engineers. So why do we need to study, or why study civil engineering, or why consider civil engineering as our course in college? So there are some reasons, or there are plenty of reasons. So first one, the civil engineers are always in demand, especially here in the Philippines and in abroad. So if you choose to work in the Philippines, there is a high rate of demand in abroad also. So if you wish to work outside our country, so there is high demand as well. Next, civil engineers are tightly connected with the use of innovative technologies. So as I have said din kanina, since progressive naman yung program natin and we don't deal anymore with the traditional and the manual na pag-design, we take advantage of the technologies, especially computers, no? We have been incorporating computer softwares in our program, especially here in the University of Mindanao, such as the AutoCAD software, and we have the STAAD software and ETABS, where we can produce safe and design that is based also in our codes and specifications provided locally and internationally. So we have a basis on them. So we can use them as our part of our work. Next, large selection of jobs. Of course, there are a lot of career opportunities for civil engineering, especially that we have different or many subdisciplines under our program. So here in UM, we have 4 na offered as our majors, and with that, there is a large selection. So later on in my discussion, I will show you the career opportunities kung gaano karami. Then also, we will develop, as we graduate or if we are licensed civil engineer, we will develop many new skills as your career progresses. So obviously, learning is a continuous process. So not only we learn from school, so after we graduate, we can still learn from the actual practice or actual work that we are taking. So part of growing, we learn from the different or depending on the variety of work or nature of work that we encounter. So we'll possibly develop new skills that we haven't taught in the university or in the school. Next, studying civil engineering will apply mathematics and physics in the real world. So obviously, basic foundation natin as engineers, we have to be knowledgeable about physics and mathematics. Now, bring your own ideas to life. So of course, since we design a building, so from the ideas, we can bring it to life or to reality, with the help or in cooperation with the other engineers, such as the mechanical engineers, the plumbing engineers, the water engineers, the electrical engineers, and the architects. Then last, we have wide choice of engineering specializations. So yun nga, yung sinabi ko kanina, under the civil engineering here in we offer four majors. We have the we have the water resource, we have the structural, we have the geotechnical, and we have the transportation engineering, which will be discussed later. Okay. Okay, next. What are the students' outcome in studying civil engineering here in the University of Mindanao? Okay, so first one, so there are plenty, no? So let me read these student outcomes for civil engineering. We have first, apply knowledge of mathematics and science to solve complex civil engineering problems. Next, design and conduct experiments as well as to analyze and interpret data. C, design a system component or process to meet desired needs within realistic constraints in accordance with standards. D, function in multidisciplinary and multicultural teams. E, identify, formulate, and solve complex civil engineering problems. We have F, understand professional and ethical responsibility. Then we have more. Next, we have communicate effectively civil engineering activities with the engineering community and with society at large. H, understand the impact of civil engineering solutions in a global, economic, environmental, and social context. I, recognize the need for and engage in lifelong learning. J, know contemporary issues. K, use techniques, skills, and modern engineering tools necessary for civil engineering practice. Then we have the last two, know and understand engineering and management principles as a member and leader of a team in a multidisciplinary environment. And lastly, we have understand at least one specialized field of civil engineering practice. So these are the expected outcomes natin, no, when studying civil engineering here in the University of Mindanao. So another question. So sir, is it, since you have been mentioning the term design and drawing or whatsoever, is it really necessary for us civil engineering students to be good at drawing? So the answer for that is no. So not necessarily. So in the civil engineering program, in our subjects later on, no, will be drawing naman, but not the detailed one, just like the architecture na mga drawings. So basic drawings, basic figures. What is important is we present it in an organized manner, because abstract lang naman yung figures na dinodraw natin sa civil engineering. So the figures that we draw, we analyze them and we interpret them. So dapat good lang yung presentation. Now, when it comes to the design na portion, we don't do the traditional na manual na pagdrawing, because again, since meron naman tayong technologies, so with the use of the AutoCAD, no, yung computer software, so mas mapadali na yung pagdodraw natin ng figures or ng design natin. And again, yung isang software, which is the STAAD, that would help us analyze structurally the structure so that we can no longer do it manually. So there is no need to worry kapag sa drawing na part. The next, sir, how about math? Is it necessary that we are good in math when we enroll in civil engineering or in engineering in general, no? So the answer again is not necessary. But to those students naman na innate na sa kanila na they are good in math and science, since pag elementary pa lang or school, then very good. It is an advantage actually kapag we are smart or knowledgeable already in mathematics and in science. However, to those students naman na they find it hard or difficult to deal with numbers or in math in general, so there's no need to worry, because learning again is continuous process naman siya. So kapag nag-enroll tayo, eventually ma-learn lang din natin siya, because math is a skill that when you keep on practicing, it will become easier for you. 'Di ba? So ganun lang yan siya. So practice and practice until sa makuha natin yung concept. Now, what is the problem now is not mathematics, not numbers. So although since ang mathematics man din and in our later subjects, we'll be dealing with plenty of formulas. Most students are familiar with the formula. So alam nila, memorize nila. So the problem there kasi is how to understand and how to analyze the problem. So yun yung kalaban natin, not exactly mathematics. So yun yung kailangan din natin i-practice. Okay? So laban lang tayo sa civil engineering. Okay, so next thing that I'm going to discuss with you are the specializations under the civil engineering program. So what programs are offered, no? So we have here under the BS Civil Engineering in University of Mindanao, we have major in structural, major in water resource, major in transportation, and we have major in geotechnical engineering. So I'm going to discuss these four majors one by one so that you have the idea kung anong major ang gusto nyong i-enroll or pasukin. So first, we have the structural engineering. So structural engineering is the most common, or is the most, ano ba, yung pinaka-known na branch or subdiscipline ni civil engineering. So structural engineering focuses on the structural design and analysis of all types of construction projects, from skyscrapers to train tunnels. It is the structural engineer's duty to ensure that a building project can safely withstand stresses that it will undergo during, excuse me. Ay, paano ba yun? Ayan, sorry. Stresses it will undergo during its lifetime. So basically, yung design natin for the structural members, for the buildings, sa house, sa bridges, kapag design, si structural engineer ang responsible dyan. Next, we have the transportation engineering. So transportation engineering focuses on the design, construction, and maintenance naman of roads, airports, subway systems, and railroads. The design, safety, and efficiency of these transportation systems are all under the purview of a transportation engineer. So this one is obvious naman from the term itself, transportation. So this major of civil engineering is all about roads and bridges. So we will be dealing with the design sa ating highway, the design for the thickness, if we're going to design it as rigid na concrete pavement, or we have the asphalt, and so on. We also analyze here the traffic flow and so on. So yung sa kanina, yung sa structural, again sa construction yun siya ng mga buildings, high-rise or low-rise. So the structural, they sometimes may refer to as vertical na mga construction, and then ang transportation naman ang gina-refer natin as horizontal construction. Next, we have what is water resource engineering. Water resource engineering focuses on water usage for irrigation, human consumption, and sanitation. Sometimes called hydrology, the field deals with collecting water from the earth and getting it where it needs to go in ways that are safe and sustainable. So water resource engineering deals with the collection of water. So storing of water, such as you can see in the figure, so that is actually a dam. So dam for the purpose of storing water for water consumption, for bringing water to the farm fields and stuff. So under water resource also, we are going to design the water flow, the pipe networks, and stuff. Basta all about water. Then lastly, we have the geotechnical engineering. Geotechnical engineering focuses on the earth used for a building project and the ground beneath a building project. Engineers need to make sure that the rock and soil at a building site will have the mechanical properties necessary to ensure the soundness and durability of the project. So this one is my personal favorite, the geotechnical engineering from the term geo. It is all about the earth, no? So since most of the structures from buildings, towers, roads, and etc., all of them are built sa Earth's surface. So we cannot, kanang magpataka god o build o structures sa soil or sa surface ni Earth, because we need to study, because there are a lot of types of soil. Now, one job of geotechnical engineers is to test the soil of the Earth's surface, because we have to make sure that the foundation to where the structure is being constructed is dapat capable siya in making our building in the upright position. So dapat safe din yung soil. So we are studying that here in the civil engineering program. Okay, so those are again the specializations. So hopefully you have ideas sa apat na yon. So next, frequently asked question. What do you need to learn as civil engineering student? So ano nga ba? So as with any engineering field, civil engineering relies heavily on math and physics. No, as I have mentioned earlier, civil engineers need to be able to calculate the stresses on a structure to make sure it is engineered to avoid mechanical failure. So this is one of the fields na ating strengths, no, sa civil engineers, which is to determine the stresses or the pressure that a certain structure is carrying. So from that stress or from that pressure, we are going to design to avoid mechanical failure and produce a safe design. Most building projects also require an engineer to understand design and properties of materials. So us civil engineers must learn how to, or must know how to understand and interpret design. So we also have to know the properties of materials, because we cannot choose freely which design or which materials we're going to use, because there are certain structures lang man na dapat ito na particular material ang kailangan natin gamitin para ma-withstand niya yung or ma-serve niya yung intended purpose niya. So successful civil engineers often oversee large aspects of building project. So financial and leadership skills are also a must, as are strong writing and speaking skills. Now, aside from this one, I'm going to show you the curriculum of the civil engineering program here in the University of Mindanao. So here are the expected subjects that you'll be taking once you enroll here in UM. Here are the offered professional and general courses natin. Since we have 4 majors in civil engineering, so in our curriculum or in our curriculum, the 4 majors will have the same subjects on their first, second, and third years. So expect na magka-classmates pa din kayo if you have different majors from first to third years. So here is an example for first year. You can see on the left side, we have your first semester expected first semester subjects. We have your minors generally, but you will be seeing mathematics and physics, chemistry. Okay, so I will not discuss one by one all of the subjects because it would take us a lot of time. So I-go through ko na lang to. In your first year or after your first year, you will have our summer classes. You'll have the physics and your engineering integral calculus. So dapat prepared tayo niyan. So here, for the second and third year natin. So first semester for the second year, then we have the second sem. Then after our second year, we have no summer classes. Then after third year, we have here our majors, pure majors in civil engineering. And then after that one, we'll have our summer class again, which involves field trip and seminar. And then we have CE laws, ethics, and contracts. So these are the general subjects for the 4 majors, no? The next, I will show you the fourth year subjects. By the way, in UM, for the new curriculum, we have 4 years lang to take up the civil engineering program. And the fifth year or one sem after our fourth year na stay, we'll have our correlation subjects. So first, we'll tackle about our fourth year subjects. So here is our curriculum for the structural track. So the blue ones are your specialization subjects. Then yung mga naka-black naman, general pa din siya for the civil engineering program. So after your fourth year, first and second semester, we'll be having our summer class, but intended siya for on-the-job training natin. So you'll have 320 hours. And after the summer, for our fourth year, for the next school year, first sem lang, hopefully no kapag pasado natin lahat ng subjects from first to fourth year smoothly. So obviously, for 4.5 years lang tayo. So yung 0.5 again, that would be this one, the correlation subjects, wherein mag-serve siya as our pre-rev na subject in preparation sa ating board examination. Next, here is for transportation engineering. So same pa din, summer and then correlation subjects after fourth year. Then we have subjects offered for geotechnical engineering. We have here. Then lastly, for water resource. Ayan. So those are the 4 specializations na mag-take effect lang at our fourth year in CE, in UM. Okay. So let's proceed with the next question. So does civil engineering program has a board exam? So as you all know naman siguro, no? Yes, may board exam po tayo. To become a licensed civil engineer in the Philippines, a graduate of civil engineering needs to pass the civil engineering licensure examination. The examination is conducted by the Board of Civil Engineering under the supervision of the Professional Regulations Commission, or the PRC. Then it is scheduled twice a year in the months of May and November. This is the pre-COVID era. So now, last year, I think di na siya na-follow, but twice a year pa din siya kinakonduct. So it is allowed, although we have the pandemic. So are there on-the-job trainings or internships in CE sa UM? So as you see sa ating curriculum, so yes, there's an OJT. During the fourth year of the program, students are required to attend the on-the-job training or OJT in various development companies specializing in civil works and infrastructures. Now, there are a lot of private companies or firms and even government agencies na connected CUM. Now, on those companies, we can free to choose, no, kung saan yung gusto nating OJT company. So that would be after our fourth year. Then students are given the opportunity to apply their knowledge and skills in an actual work setting. So provided na we have finished studying the undergrad subjects, so we can apply them into practice. The university requires students to submit a written report on their tasks, learning experiences, and hours rendered. Now, their work performance will also be evaluated by their immediate managers and will be submitted to their respective OJT coordinator. So next, what will you be after you graduate as civil engineering student here in the University of Mindanao? So we have our PEO in the civil engineering program, or the program educational objectives, meaning this is what you will become 3 to 5 years after you graduate. No, these are the attributes. First one, to pursue to be globally competitive through engineering professionals engagement, completion of an advanced degree, and or participating in professional development programs or trainings. Second one, demonstrate professional success through collaborations and innovations in the field, addressing technical, environmental, economic, social, political, and or business challenges. Then lastly, you must be able to exhibit professional behavior and attitude in engineering practice. So these are the expected things na you might get, no, 3 to 5 years after you graduate. Now, what are the career opportunities as a civil engineering graduate? So there are 4 fields here na i-discuss ko for civil engineering na career opportunities. So we have the government, or you can work in the government, you can work in education or in academe, you can work in industry, or you can work in construction. So we have here our phrases. Under government, positively impact our public infrastructure, influence public policy, and affect codes and regulations. Now, this particular path shows many of the options who have chosen a career in the government, such as local, state, and federal agencies. Some leave the technical engineering path as they progress and move into government management. So these government na mga agencies, no, there are plenty na available sa Philippines. Ang most known dito is the DPWH. We have the Department of Public Works and Highways, and we had the NIA, na National Irrigation Administration. We have the Water District. We have the DSWD, and we have the DILG. And there are plenty more. So if you choose to work on the government, so there are a lot of opportunities, I tell you. Next, education or academe. So shape the future of civil engineering and prepare the next generation of professionals. Now, in this field, civil engineers in academia are involved with teaching the next generation of engineers and developing engineering curriculum that prepares students with the knowledge they need to succeed in their careers. This career path requires an advanced degree or master's degree, including a doctorate in most cases. So if you're a type of person that is passionate in sharing your knowledge or in teaching, so this might be your field, no, as career opportunity once you graduate as civil engineering, such as me. So I am also a civil engineer, obviously, graduate from the University of Mindanao. So I chose to work also in the academe since I wanted to share my knowledge and wisdom to future engineers such as you, diba? Then third field, we have the industry. So use civil engineering to bring innovation to industry for more successful and cost-effective operations, processes, and products. Now in industry, civil engineers work in diverse settings, including manufacturing, technology, pharmaceuticals, public facilities and utilities, and many other providing goods and services to the public. Now they manage large plants, oversee the design or construction of facilities, and obtain critical environment, construction, and operating permits. Now, in industry, mostly manufacturing ang ating work dito or ang field. We made sure of the cost and effective operations. No? And then lastly, we have the construction. So for the construction field, build a sustainable future, ensuring safety and excellence in the built environment. So in construction, civil engineers may work for a contractor to create the built environment, transforming engineering and architectural design drawings from people reality. So ito na yung construction, yung building of the design na talaga. They are involved in projects of every size and complexity, from airports, bridges, and tunnels to local roads and the water and wastewater lines to our homes. Now, with these four fields, the possible career for us are as follows. There are a lot pa. Now, ito lang yung nandito. So we have civil drafters, estimator, coastal engineer, environmental engineer, geotechnical engineer, materials engineer. We have the structural engineer. You can also be surveying engineer or surveyor, transportation engineer, water resource engineer, safety engineer or safety officer. We can also be a plumbing engineer, quantity or cost engineer. You can be a project manager. We can be a project engineer, and of course, a university instructor. So there are a lot more. These are some lang. Okay. Now I will be showing you photos, no, in our activities in the University of Mindanao. But first, I'm showing you now here in my slide the faculty, the current faculty of the Civil Engineering program in the University of Mindanao that is well equipped with knowledge and wisdom that when you enroll here in the UM, you'll be really gain enough knowledge. Ayan. So here are the photos for our face-to-face classes dati, yung wala pang COVID. So here is the setup in our classroom, no? We also have laboratory activities. So here is the CE lab. Then actually, if you plan to enroll here in the University of Mindanao, we offer the blended online learning. So we have the online and we have our face-to-face na limited activity. So the discussion of the concepts are being discussed in the blackboard. And then if there are physical activities such as laboratory, such as surveying and many more, we are allowed to conduct it here in the school so that you can appreciate the experiments natin. Now, in the civil engineering program, there are a lot of laboratory subjects. So expect kayo na kapag maka-enroll, you will be going here as well. So this one is the surveying fieldwork. Students are wearing hard hats and construction vests. Then they are using the theodolite for surveying. Then here is the ASUS acquaintance party. So since we are students, we don't focus only on the ACADS, or the academics. Here in we also engage in social activities such as this one, the acquaintance party, the yearly acquaintance party, which is spearheaded by the CE's student organization, which is the Association of Civil Engineering Students. So this is the time where we socialize, where we let go of our assignments, our plates, and our other exercises, and we enjoy our one single night para makilala din natin ang other batchmates natin in the civil engineering. So this is very enjoy, especially nung pre-pandemic. Ayan. We also have the Simon Fair, extracurricular activity for ACADS, no? We also do this in Then to know more about the activities for the civil engineering program here in you can actually go to our official Association of Civil Engineering Students na page where you can see updates and information about our program. And you can PM in our messenger if you have more questions. Okay, so in the last part of my program information session, I will be playing to you our promotional video, especially sa ating new setup, no?
The civil engineering program objectifies to produce globally competitive graduates and exemplify successful problem-solving abilities and professional behavior in the field. In the process, the program enables students to develop accuracy in mathematical computations and structural analysis for determinate and indeterminate structures, and in solving a wide range of real-life problems. The University of Mindanao Civil Engineering Department offers 4 civil engineering specializations, which includes structural, geotechnical, water resource, and transportation. Opportunities when taking the program: airport engineer, building construction inspector, geological engineer, urban planning engineer, transportation engineer, and many more. Student-friendly open Blackboard learning management system. Approachable and proficient registered civil engineers professors who are taking up master's degree. Synchronous sessions. Supplementary video discussions such as experiments done in the laboratories. ASUS organization that provides online intervention program to all civil engineering students. The Association of Civil Engineering Students is an official academic organization aimed to inspire, motivate, collaborate, preserve, and provide mental help and support to all civil engineering students and allied sciences students in University of Mindanao. Trivias and exciting facts about your program and the organization. Did you know that in November 2014 Civil Engineering Licensure Examination, first-time takers from University of Mindanao were able to garner an average passing rate of 70.27%, which made it as #1 in the region. This only means that graduates of University of Mindanao have a higher likelihood of successfully passing the examination. Did you know that the Civil Engineering Department of the University of Mindanao has the largest number of enrollees for the first semester of school year 2021 to 2022, with more than 3,000 students officially enrolled?
Okay. I hope that you have learned something from the program information session from the civil engineering program. Thank you, and hopefully you will consider enrolling in UM for the Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering. So see you in UMGA, and thank you once again. Good morning.
All right, thank you so much, Professor Abu, for your presentation with regards to the Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering. And without further ado, guys, I know you've got a lot of information on that program. All right, so just reserve your questions because later, after the presentation, another presentation, you'll have your time for the Q&A. And so this time, let us hear and be able to know what are the perks of enrolling Bachelor of Science in Computer Engineering with, of course, our professor from the BS Computer Engineering, Professor John Bacchus. Virtual round of applause, please.
Let me share, just share my screen. All right. So good morning, everyone. Let me start my presentation with introducing myself. I am Engineer John A. Bacchus. I am a certified computer engineer and graduated my Master's of Science in Computer Engineering at Mapua University in Manila. I will be presenting what are the perks of enrolling at the University of Mindanao as a computer engineering student. So we have this misconception that if we say that, or if we are a graduate of an engineering degree, the most common misconception is that we are asked to build something or to build a building or to do things na we are not aware. So in engineering kasi we have different fields, we have different majors, and one of that is the computer engineering. So I want you to know more about our program and why is it not so common in the Philippines. However, the term engineering is derived from the Latin ingenium, which means cleverness, and engineer meaning to contrive or devise. So with that being said, we devise or we do things, we innovate, we create things. No, and under that creation of things is the major computer engineering. So engineering is the creative application of science, mathematics, mathematical methods, and empirical evidence to the innovation, design, construction, and maintenance of structures, machines, materials, devices, systems, processes, and organizations. The discipline of engineering encompasses a very broad range of more specialized fields of engineering, each with a specific emphasis on particular areas of applied math, science, and all types of application. So what is computer engineering? So most of you are very curious and said, what do these people do, or what the students do inside the campus? So it's a branch of electrical engineering that integrates several fields of computer science and electronics engineering required to develop computer software and hardware. So with that being said, we are developing things specifically with the integration of both hardware and software. So which means to say that we make impossible things possible, such as making an object move. Okay, for example, robots, we make it move. That is one of our things that we do. One of the things that we do here at our program. So we usually have trainings in electronic engineering with software design and hardware software integration instead of only software engineering or electronic engineering. So that's what makes us different from computer science. So computer science majorly focuses on software, whereas a computer engineering program is an integration of both electrical engineering and computer science. Again, which means to integrate both hardware and software. So yung dalawang hardware and software, they are added, that is computer engineering. So the usual tasks involving computer engineers include writing software and firmware for embedded microcontrollers, designing chips, analog sensors, mixed signal circuit boards, and designing operating systems. So if you're a person which is fond of doing things na new, like innovating or creating software and then integrating into hardware, this is for you. So we are also suited for robotics researches, which relies heavily on using digital systems to control and monitor electrical systems like motors, communications, and sensors. In many institutions of higher learning, computer engineering students are allowed to choose areas of in-depth study in their junior and senior year because the full breadth of knowledge used in design and application of computers is beyond the scope of an undergraduate degree. So in our institution, we have 4 years. So the first 3 years or 2 years is kanang general na engineering subjects. But for the 3rd year and 4th year, that's the time that we have these major things that we do in computer engineering, like designing robots, doing projects in embedded systems, and etc. So here are some fundamental subjects now that you guys might are very curious that what's the subjects that we offer or that we teach. So of course we have to have in-depth knowledge with algebra and mathematics. So algebra, trigonometry, analytic geometry, calculus, which is both differential and integral calculus, general chemistry, and physics. So we also have these subjects in statics, dynamics, engineering economics, management, and of course the programming and engineering drawing. We also have OOP, data structure and algorithms, computer systems, admin and troubleshooting. Of course, we have to know how to troubleshoot electronic, electrical devices and circuits, database management system, signal processing, logic circuits and switching theories, computer networks, the principles of communication, computer system organization with assembly language. So that is basically where it all started, where the programming started. Computer systems, architecture design, microprocessor systems. In microprocessor systems, students are or will make their start their own design or projects in embedded systems, data communications, operating systems, and the software engineering. So after graduation, this is the certified, the computer engineering certification board, actually, which was na set up siya last 2020. Rather, it was set up siya, year 2020. We already have this certification, which again is under the CPE certification board. So after you graduate, you pass a degree in computer engineering. No, so institution, education, such as college and university, so you can get the suffix as a CPE. For example, Engineer John A. Bacos, then suffix CPE. Afterwards, you can get if you pass a certification exam in computer engineering, you can get the suffix as the CCP or the Certified Computer Engineering, and the PCPE or the Professional Computer Engineering. So here are some of our specialty areas. We process designs. We also code, cryptography and information protection, communications and wireless networks, compilers and operating systems, the computational science and engineering, computer networks, mobile computing and distributed systems, the computer systems architecture and parallel processing and dependability, computer vision and robotics. This is very common in our field. Embedded systems also, integrated circuits, VLSI design, testing, and CAD. So you can see some of these specialty areas in the photos that I'm going to show you on the next slide. So you might be curious, unsa din na siya? Now, what are these things that I'm yapping about? And we also have signal, image, and speech processing, and we also have quantum computing. Now, after you graduate, you have two major focuses. Again, these are the major focuses. Now, under these two major focuses, there are another branches. So in computer hardware engineering, you have jobs, as you can see in the picture, no, they do things in the laboratory or in somewhere, no, they do things, they troubleshoot. And we also have the computer software engineering in which they, of course, they program things. Now, who are we? So computer engineers, again, we build devices, design computer networks, and develop new technologies. So with the advancement of technologies nowadays, one of the things that you might want to have is this program, the computer engineering. Kasi, again, the technological advancement is very rampant. And as you can see, if that is the trend, of course, more jobs will be open for you guys in the near future. So they are focused on computer hardware and understanding how to optimize hardware for different applications. Through an understanding of how software interacts with hardware. The computer engineering is bright as more and more electronic devices become embedded in daily life. Diba? So when we wake up, we use our mobile phones, that's computer. The need for computer engineers will rise, and it actually is already rising. And the rapid increase in Internet of Things devices, for example, can show how computer devices are becoming ubiquitous. So again, no, as we do things, diba, we are already surrounded with intelligent things, computers. We are surrounded with smart homes. Dalawang clap, the lights will turn on. So everything has become easier because of computer engineers. And these are some of the typical job duties and responsibilities. So we develop computer algorithms and advanced systems, design and develop scripts and or tools for integration deployments, maintain monitoring systems to ensure high availability, create and maintain runbook technical and operation documents, research, develop and prototype advanced hardware and software technologies, apply machine learning to computer vision problems, conceive proof of concept prototypes, analyze and improve efficiency, scalability, and stability of various deployed systems. So for example, you have developed a program and then you have deployed it to a certain company. So of course, you have to know if your program is stable, which means to say that there should be a maintenance. So automation of provisioning of internal and cloud infrastructure, design and develop scripts and tools for integration and deployments, and work closely with development team in supporting infrastructure requests. So here are some scopes of the CPE. So we have 5G tech and apps, again, which is very rampant nowadays. Artificial intelligence, embedded systems. Most of you do not know what embedded systems is. Embedded systems are, again, both with the integration of hardware and software. We do things. Now, for example, phone, diba? Embedded systems, computer networking, cloud computing, Internet of Things. We also have cybersecurity. We will know that here in our program, and software and DevOps. Now, the CPE offers the uniqueness of covering artificial intelligence of things, or the AIoT, which combines artificial intelligence, as shown in the slide, and the Internet of Things, combining the power of IoT in sensor data collection with the power of AI in performance optimization. Computer engineers are seeing explosive opportunities in inventing smart systems to catalyze our society into an AIoT powered future. So again, if you're a person who loves technology so much and who loves to develop things, innovate things, put more functionality in things, then welcome to our program. You are very welcome in our program. So as you can see here in the pictures, we also participate in Shell Echo Marathon. So one of the proponents there is a computer engineers. Of course, they design the circuit, design and build the circuit there. And also in the second picture, we also build robots. We have line following robots and etc. Actually, recently we won the Region 11. In the Region 11 contest, the University of Mindanao won in the robotics competition. You can search that actually. We also have smart home. So you guys will know if you enroll in computer engineering, you can automate things in your home. So siguro ma-impress inyong parents because again, you are very techy. So here are some of the career opportunities of computer engineers. You can be a project engineer. You can be a network systems administrator. So they are responsible for the day-to-day operation of these networks. So almost every companies nowadays, they have, of course, they have this. No? So they need a network systems administrator. And we also have data communications engineer. So what is its responsibility? It's to research, design, and develop and produce communications equipment or systems. So they encompass modes of communication such as satellites, radio, internet, and robot technologies, and wireless telephone service. So we also have systems engineer. So it's an interdisciplinary field of engineering and engineering management that focuses on how to design and manage complex systems over their life cycles. So we also have this very common job for computer engineers, which is the system development. So as you can see in the picture, this is a system developed by one of our students before in the University of Mindanao. Now, diba, we want something, if you want to develop something like program something, then welcome again to our program. You are very welcome in our program. And a system manager. So computer and information system managers generally oversee the IT departments within a business or an organization. System analyst, they are a person who analyzes a complex processor or operation in order to improve its efficiency, especially by applying computer system. They also have system designer. So the people who are responsible for the analysis and design of information systems that are involved in the operation of organizations. So of course, the design of a system, kailangan yun na siya, like unsaon pagkuan sa wires, no? Technical support engineer, they are also known as information technology support engineer. They help solve technical issues. And we also have technical support manager, responsible for the day-to-day operation of the organization's computer systems and network, ensuring the 24/7 operations of systems and when problems arise, affecting quick and permanent solution. We also have test engineer. So test engineers are professionals who determines how to create a process that would best test a product in manufacturing and related disciplines in order to assure that the product meets applicable specifications. For example, in a project, gumawa kayo ng system, there's a test engineer who would assess if the product is ready for release. Then, of course, we have technopreneurs. So technopreneurs are a new age of entrepreneurs who makes use of technology. So most of the billionaires are technopreneurs. I mean, all of them actually. They're technopreneurs. So they utilize the use of technology to become very rich. We also have educator, in which the field that I chose, a person who provides instruction or education or That's a teacher, a professor. Also have researcher. So someone who conducts research, example, an organized and systematic investigation into something. So later on, I will flex the wonderful researches of our students and of course together with the faculty members. Now, last year, or no, starting year 2020, it was pandemic, but it did not hinder us. No, kasi sir, ano pong ginawa niyo ng pandemic? Kailangan niya ng interaction, kailangan niya ng laboratory. Now, it did not hinder us to provide instructions to our students. So here are some of the photos that that I asked them, kasi nga it was pandemic, and I asked my students to make a design of a robot, of a line following robot. So what that basically do is that it follows a black robot and then follows the path, and then it walks. So they did this, and I'm very proud of them, as you can see in the picture. So we also have taught them online yung how to do the breadboarding. There, you can see that learning never stopped. We did not freeze. You can see there, so nagsulda sila. They made use of the equipment. And here we also have this robot now, again, which followed the path. So let me flex you guys, the faculty members of the CPE program. No, dili jud mo magmahay if you enroll here at the University of Mindanao. So starting with me again. So I graduated at Mapua University with my master's degree. And of course, I earned education unit since I am going to teach. No? And I graduated as a computer engineering student at the University of Mindanao. So because of my program, because of this computer engineering course, I have been to other countries to present my research. So my published researches are detection. So this one, the first title, it has already been published in the Journal of Advances in Information Technology. And the second one, identification of pork meat freshness using neural networks. So it is under our scope, yung machine learning with computer vision. So again, this is also published. So these two presentations were presented in China, the two presentations. I've also been into Korea. So also with us is the Assistant Dean of the College of Engineering Education. So she's Engineer Randy Angelia. He graduated Master of Engineering program in Electronics Engineering at the University of Mindanao. And he also graduated Master of Science in Engineering at the Mapua University of Manila. And he is currently taking up his doctorate degree at the Mapua University. And at the right side of the picture, you can see his wonderful researches together with his students, actually. And also, let me introduce to you our program head. He graduated as well his master's degree at the Mapua University Manila, one of the and also he also graduated a BSCP at the University of Mindanao. So as you can see, at the right side again, these are those are his researches together with his students. So they have been presenting researches internationally. So here with us is our research coordinator of the College of Engineering Education, Engineer Jetron J. Adon, with his researches again. Our CPE, our Computer Engineering Laboratory Custodian, the beautiful Ma'am Hanalea P. Angelia, graduated at the University of Mindanao, both his master's and undergraduate degree. So we also have the Physics Lab Custodian, Ma'am Julie Uy, with her master's degree as well. Ma'am Kimberly Nepa, Ma'am Engineer Criska Lynch Naire, ongoing, with the beautiful Engineer Margie Wata. She is also currently in her thesis now with his master's degree, and Engineer J.L. Galindero. So if you want to decode this, the computer engineers are the forerunners of tomorrow. So let me present to you our promotional video. So in a nutshell, what do the computer engineers do during these hard times?
All right, thank you so much,
Wait,
Professor John A. Bacchus.
yes, sir.
Let's have another, ano pala sir, no?
Yes,
Video.
sir. Right, that's sir. So let me present to you the promotional video of our program.
Computer engineers, commonly mistaken as people expert in hacking, gadget repairing, printer troubleshooting, email assisting, online gaming, or someone who performs
Wait lang, sandali. Can you see my screen, sir? The video.
Yes, yes sir, yes sir.
computer engineers, commonly mistaken as people expert in hacking, gadget repairing, printer troubleshooting, email assisting, online gaming, or someone who performs basic manipulation of a computer. But we are far different from your usual impressions. We are the ones behind the rise of powerful processors, AI robotics, smart technologies, and other innovation that we benefit today. The University of Mindanao is acknowledged by the Commission in Higher Education as a progressive institution not just in Mindanao but also in the Philippines. One of the leading programs of the university is the Bachelor of Science and Computer Engineering.
The Computer Engineering program is one of the elite courses offered in the College of Engineering Education of the University of Mindanao. We have received the Center of Development status given by the Commission on Higher Education, the only institution awarded COD recognition in Mindanao. Also, it was a dream come true of the Computer Engineering program after receiving the most sought-after accreditation from the Philippine Technological Council or PTC, the highest accreditation for the engineering program in the Philippines. The program has fully implemented outcomes-based education or OBE to provide the quality and relevant education to our valued students.
Computer engineering is probably the most well-rounded of all programs at the University of Mindanao, simply because we have a little bit of everything. We are a combination of electrical engineering and computer science, closely working with software and hardware creation and invention. We create the physical pieces of computer, including chips and circuits. We build applications that run on computer hardware. We figure out how and what computer hardware can be put in a device to perform a specific duty. Bachelor's degree in computer engineering only takes 4 years to complete. Then graduates may opt to apply for Certified Computer Engineer CCPE or Professional Computer Engineer PCPE certifications by the Computer Engineering Certification Board CPECB. The computer engineering faculty is composed of highly qualified and respected instructors in which most of them had already taken their master's degree in computer engineering and received certification by the CPECB. Being a CPE student in the University of Mindanao is an honor and privilege for UM's CPE earned PACOCOA Level 3, CHED Center of Development, PTC accredited, and still on the highest pedestal of quality education. You can experience convenience and flexibility, meet extraordinary people, expand your professional networks, experience real-world skills, and we can connect you to the global village because we always strive to innovate and the staffs are academically skilled. The computer engineering program has won countless achievements from various competitions in school, regional, national, and international level, especially in the field of research and innovation. As technology continues to overrun the world, our department is ready to face the new mission. No obstacles can ruin our dream. Bite to bit, Ravens will always be configuring differences and always be installing excellence.
So thank you so much, everyone, for listening to my presentation.
All right, thank you so much, sir, Sir John, and also Sir Abu. And so this time, no, we are ready, or our professors are ready to answer, no, your questions. Um, so students, if you have your questions, no, you may unmute yourselves, or if you're too shy, you can also use the chat box, no, for your questions or queries with regards to these two programs under the College of Engineering Education. So very ready, see Professor Abu and Professor John of whatever questions you have. All right, so while our students, no, are still constructing, or they are still not chatting or what question they would like to ask, let's have first, no, this video of knowing, what would you expect on the next semester and how can you enroll in the University of Mindanao, no, via online. So please take a look at this video.
Hi ga! What to expect for the upcoming semester? Because of the pandemic, UM is taking action to make sure that students' education is not left behind. Get ready for the new normal online blended learning. As per Management Committee on Instruction, presented in the Quality Management Council, the entire thing is designed as a hybrid mode of instructional delivery with online learning through the LMS as the primary platform during the pandemic transition. We have e-learning through email, SMS, and group chat. M-learning through smartphones, tablets, and other mobile devices. B-learning through Broadcast University on Air. Correspondence learning, or the SIM SDL manual, which can be picked up or arranged by courier. And finally, the residential or face-to-face mode depending on quarantine conditions. In short, students shall be encouraged to invest on the primary mode while taking advantage of the blenders. But don't worry, the school shall adapt to both asynchronous and synchronous learning where students can keep up with class on their own convenient pace. So, what are you waiting for? Enroll now at the University of Mindanao.
You've heard about the University of Mindanao's quality, affordable, open education that is ISO certified, accredited with various highly respected organizations, and believes in a holistic education to develop diamonds in the rough. But how do you enroll as a new student in the middle of a pandemic? Step 1. Please fill out the online student registration through this link found on your screen, or visit the official university website with the address as follows. This is what the form will look like upon loading on your screen. After you've filled in your details, please take note of the reference number that will be issued. You will need this reference number for the online payment. Step 2. You can forward your down payment through these following banks or payment centers. Step 3. Please wait for an email and text message containing your student ID number and the access code. Please note this might take at least 2 to 3 days, but if there is further delay, please call the cashier's office through this number. Step 4. After you've received your student ID number and access code, please log in to the student portal through this website address shown on the screen. Step 5. Under the online enrollment option, please click Enroll Course. Step 6. Choose your desired session, then click the Yes option on the screen to finalize your class schedule. Afterwards, please take a screenshot of your enrolled subjects. This screenshot of your subjects will serve as your unofficial soft copy of the Certificate of Matriculation, also known as your Form 1. Step 7. The university's online enrollment system will provide you with your official email address. It will be sent to you via the email address that you wrote down in the student registration form, student portal, and text alert. Step 8. Remember, if quarantine restrictions in your area and in Davao City allow, you may claim your official Form 1 and student ID at the admissions office, located at Embassy along Bonifacio Street, Davao City, right across the Bolton Campus. Step 9. Please submit to the university these other required documents shown on the screen on or before the end of the semester. Congratulations! You are officially part of the community. See you soon, ga!
All right, so there you have it, guys. Those are the things that you may expect on the next semester and how can you enroll online here at the University of Mindanao. You can also check those steps on our website. That's www.umindanao.edu.ph. So students, there you have it. They have question, no? Start na po ang admission sa for 2022 to 2023. This is a question from Alea. Now, as of the moment, though, we still don't have the schedule. So you just have to wait for announcements on our official social media platforms of the university. But as of the moment, wala pa tayong nire-release na schedule for the enrollment since our second semester for the school year 2021 to 2022 is still ongoing. Okay, some other questions with regards to the programs, the BS Computer Engineering and also BS Civil Engineering. So there's a question here, sir, for civil engineering. Hello, good morning po. In civil engineering program, do you accept second course or po? Thank you. Sir Abu?
Okay, good morning, sir. Okay, to the question, yes, we do accept second course students. Apo.
And you can also connect with our registrar for that so that you can, your TOR on your first course will be evaluated so that you would know what are those courses, mga subjects that can be credited for your second course once you enroll in the Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering. And they can also choose the majors, sir, right?
Yes po, sir. They are free to choose during the enrollment. So actually, freshmen, transferees, and second course are welcome po.
Yes. So those majors in regards to the civil engineering program, you can also choose on that. All right. Other questions? Thank you for that, Lauren, no, for your question. Other questions pa from our incoming freshmen? I think wala na silang question and they are very satisfied with those information with regards to those courses na present natin. All right. Okay. So also we would like to tell you guys that you can check some updates on the University of Mindanao on our social media pages. We do have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and also TikTok. So you just have to search for @Unimin official, shortened for University and also Mindanao. All right. And also, we have the YouTube channel. So you can check all those programs na feature natin dito in the UM Info session. So you just subscribe and also hit the notification bell so that you'll be updated. That's the University of Mindanao official. And also with regards to your questions with regards to scholarships and tuition fees for these programs, you can actually go to or call the Student Accounting Office of the university. Now, contact numbers are there. You can screenshot on that. And if you want to ask about admissions and what are the requirements that you have to set, aside from those things that we've mentioned in the tutorial video a while ago. So you can also call our registrar office and also the admission office. Okay, all right. So that's it. So I think wala nang question yung ating mga audience here in our Zoom. And Sir John and Sir Abo, your final words for our students? Maybe we can start with Sir John.
Okay, final words I think is that you're still young. Whatever program you choose, as long as you like it, and that kung kanang yun yung ipili, then certainly you'll be successful. So choose whatever program that you want.
Sir Abu, your words?
Okay, likewise, no? So you have to really choose your course properly as you enter college so that walang regrets na mahitabo in the near future. So yon, I encourage you to enroll CE here in UM. Choose CE and choose UM. Thank you, Ga.
And that's the very important thing. You choose UM. Whatever programs or courses that you want, you choose UM. So later on this afternoon, we still have two programs that we want to offer to you or want to inform you of what are the perks of enrolling on those programs. That's the electrical engineering and also the electronics engineering. So kasi gusto niyo makuryente gamay. That's a joke. Okay, so you can just have this link here. Okay, so andyan yung link so that you can register on that, and then we will give you the Zoom link for that info session this afternoon. That's 1:30 p.m. That's still part of the the College of Engineering Education na mga programs. I think so that's it. Thank you very much everyone for joining our info session. Professor John and Professor Abu, thank you very much for your time, for always giving us this opportunity to know these programs. And so thank you so much again. God bless you and see you soon here in UM mga ga. Bye-bye and God bless.